Today, I am going to talk to you about the role of self-compassion in really supporting your health and wellness goals. Instead of self-discipline, we're going to practice self-compassion. And I want to welcome you to this new approach, this compassionate approach to health and well-being in the face of fad dieting and the diet narratives that we're told and we're fed on a day-to-day basis. This is your chance to have an empowered relationship with health with your coach, me, Helen Burney, and I'm so glad that you're here. And I have a really, really exciting announcement to tell you guys. And I've been sitting on this and waiting on this and just can't wait on it anymore. For the last 5 years, I've been coaching women out of fad dieting to connect with their true health, their true bodies, release weight naturally, and feel amazing for the long term and to sustain the habits that we work on together on your own. Now, over those 5 years, I knew there was something inside of me, a burning desire to write a book that had to do with all of the work that I was doing, all of my experience of 20 years in and out of fad dieting, weight loss, weight gain, and in the process that I developed in order to help women. And the time is now, the time is here. My book is going to be ready sometime at the end of March or beginning of April. And what I want to share with you guys is that you have an opportunity right now to get on the wait list so that you will be the first to know about my book that's coming out. It's called Energetic Eating, Live Boldly Beyond Dieting. And I honestly just can't believe that this is truly happening. It is a dream come true for me. It's been blood, sweat, and tears, waking up at 4:30 in the morning to get this book done and out and into your hands. And I want you to get it as soon as it's out too. Everyone who signs up for the wait list will get all of the up-to-date information on when it's coming out, the launch party, which will be in person and virtual. And you'll also get a special gift from me, my 12 affirmations meditation. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link to that in the comments below before we get started. And you guys can sign up for the wait list for my book that's coming out. And that's the special announcement that I want to share with you. Again, it's called Energetic Eating, Live Boldly Beyond Dieting. And the link to join the wait list to know when it's coming out and to get your copy is in the comments and will also be shared in the show notes when we upload the video. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is the role of self-compassion in really supporting your health. And what we typically do and what we typically think of is discipline, willpower, and strict routines. And what I want to introduce to you today is the role of self-compassion in getting you the results that you've been looking for instead of discipline and adhering to some sort of diet rules. And I know it sounds surprising, especially in a world where we're constantly bombarded with messages about pushing harder, tracking more, and staying in control. But here's the truth. You can't shame or micromanage your body into lasting health. Self-compassion isn't about letting yourself go. A lot of people have the misunderstanding that self-compassion means that you can do whatever you want with your body, that whatever choices you make, you just honor and you are satisfied with anything that you decide for yourself, even if it's harmful. And that's absolutely not true. Self-compassion means that you have a deep understanding of who you are, how you are, and what your body's needs are. And you show yourself grace during the times that you feel like you can't uphold the intentions that you have for yourself. But what you're doing in self-compassion is setting intentions for the person that you want to become, and you align your health with that person, with the joyous, fruitful, abundant life that you want to have, and making the choices in alignment with that is the most important thing that you can do in order to have self-compassion. Okay. I want you to remember that in energetic eating, which is my process that I teach everybody, that the book is going to include lots of elements that I'm going to be talking about today. So don't forget to get on the wait list for that, because my book doesn't just have information. It also has worksheets, and it has printables and downloads and supportive energy kinesiology practices that are going to help you really integrate all the information from the book. So I don't want you guys to miss out. Remember to click the link in the comments or in the show notes so that you can go ahead and get your book when it comes out. I want to share a personal story with you guys from the book. And it's a time in my own life when I learned how self-compassion really works to help me release weight and live boldly beyond fad dieting. Most of my clients in energetic eating have the same struggles that I'm about to tell you. And I want you to listen closely and ask yourself if you have these struggles too. I tell a lot of these types of stories in my book, and I know that it's going to feel really relatable to you. So tune in and I will share some of these stories with you now. And then when you get the book, you can read more of those stories then. This was about 12 years ago. I was chasing my health through trying to exhibit a lot of control. I tracked everything and micromanaged my health. I micromanaged my food, every calorie, carb, protein, and fat gram. I had a system that broke down my macronutrients to the last decimal, and I followed it rigorously. Instead of feeling healthy, though, I felt really anxious, and maybe you can relate to that. You feel really anxious about tracking or not tracking or making sure it's perfect or making sure that when you weigh your food, it's exactly the way it's supposed to be on the scale, right? And then you're agonizing over simple decisions. Should I add yogurt to my wrap? How many calories are in this bite? Will this meal throw off my progress? Am I using too much salad dressing? Right? These kinds of questions that we ask ourselves come from a place of anxiety, not from a place of self-compassion. Every meal can become a source of stress. And despite all the effort, when the scale doesn't reflect those choices that you're making, that you're trying so hard to make and be so disciplined, what happens? We fall into a cycle of self-blame and emotional eating. That is not self-compassion at all. And it's not that the self-compassion starts after you make the mistake or after you step on the scale. The self-compassion comes way before that, when you decide that you're not going to start the diet and the rigorous rules in the first place. So without even realizing it, I was sending my subconscious and my body some harmful messages every single day. Number one, my worth depended on the number on the scale. Number two, I was not capable of nourishing myself or knowing myself well enough to nourish myself. And number three, I had to control my body to feel good about myself instead of allowing myself to live abundantly and free from these strict routines. I thought that I had to control everything in order to have the outcome that I wanted. But everything changed when I made the conscious decision to stop letting the scale define me. And this is the premise of the energetic eating method. And you'll read all about how I ran over my scale with a car and the freedom and empowerment that went along with that. And I invite you to do the same. But when we decide that we own our bodies, not diets, not scales, that's when we have the self-compassion and the outcome that we're looking for. So don't forget to go ahead and get on that wait list, because you'll learn exactly how to get off the scale as well so that you can live boldly beyond dieting. Now, when I let go of the number on the scale as a measure of my worth, everything shifted. I started making choices that aligned with a new belief system, one that was rooted in trust, self-compassion, and deep respect for my body instead. Every action was no longer about controlling my body. It was about having freedom with your body. It was about showing up for my body in ways that felt empowering and in alignment with how I wanted to feel, not in alignment with the strict rules from the diets. I released the need for control and restriction, and I welcomed food and exercise as abundant and joyful ways of living. That's different than saying I'm going to adhere to a strict food and exercise program to lose weight. I'm talking about inviting it in for abundance and joy, and recognizing how eating well and moving well actually fuels your best self. Now, problem with dieting and with harsh exercise programs is that we feel like we have to do it. And then there's a certain point where we're like, I don't feel like doing this anymore. What I want you to do is to get in touch with the energy that you have so that you always feel like it's something that you might want to do, or that you can do, or that is physically possible for you to do. When you pick up my book, you're going to see that you can do this too. You can break free from the pressure of perfection, let go of restriction, and trust your body's wisdom, your internal self. And when you do that, your most healthy, energized, and fulfilled self emerges. If it's not clear yet, what I'm talking about is my process, the energetic eating method, which is not about strict diets, is not about calorie counting or following the latest health trends. When you pick up my book, you're going to learn that reconnecting with your body's innate wisdom is going to allow the connection to guide your choices in the right direction. That's why I teach a process, not a diet, because I want you to be able to embody that process and take it with you for the rest of your life instead of adhere to it for a short period of time until you reach your goal weight and then not stick with it and then come back to it over and over again. This is different. Getting to know yourself on a deeper level is different. And here's what it looks like and how you can put it into practice. First of all, you're going to listen to your body's signals. There's signals that your body gives you that all of the women that I work with who want to lose weight or who want to have a full life of vitality and health and energy, they experience these things, and you've probably experienced them too. First one is your mood. We check in with our mood. How is my mood today? The second one is your digestion. How is my digestion? Do I feel good? Do I have regular bowel movements? Am I comfortable in my belly? The third one is your focus. Am I feeling dialed in and focused and ready for the day? Or am I feeling scatterbrained and brain fog and sort of like, unhinged, or like I can't focus on the tasks at hand, right? That means you're not nourishing yourself. And then your energy levels. How are your energy levels? If you are waking up tired, or you're getting that 2 p.m. slump, or you feel like you can't possibly make dinner and you're ordering out food all the time, something is wrong with the internal system in your body. And all you have to do is listen to it. Inside the energetic eating method, inside my book, I teach you guys about all of those things and how you can balance them so that you can feel good. And when you feel good, you know that your body's going to work for you. And when your body's working for you, you release weight naturally, easily. You love yourself more deeply. You understand yourself and your relationship with food more deeply. And that's really the key to energetic health. You get to align your choices with your life. You get to choose the foods and habits that nourish you every single day. Choose the foods and the habits, not choose the number. So every morning when I wake up, I'm thinking about the foods and the habits that will serve me, that will help me feel good. I'm not stepping on the scale and thinking, okay, how do I need to rein it in so that I can get that number to go down? It will go down even if you don't know what it is. You don't have to know what it is in order for you to have a positive outcome. And then you can release the need for perfection. Your body doesn't need perfection. It needs consistency, compassion, and care. Progress isn't linear, and that's okay. When I work with women in the energetic eating method, our process looks like up and down, and not in the roller coaster dieting up and down where you feel like you are gaining weight, picking a diet, and then you're losing weight. And then after you lose weight, after a while, you get sick of it, you pick a diet, and then you gain weight, right? Not that kind of roller coaster. I'm talking about recognizing when you need a shift, when you need a change quickly. Okay, so you don't go into the depths of despair and self-loathing for a long period of time until you gain 5, 10, or for me, 30 pounds at any given time. You catch yourself, you understand yourself, you say, oh, I'm feeling off today. I'm feeling like my energy levels aren't so great today. So what do I need to do? And inside my book, you're going to learn exactly what to do. And that's why I want you guys to get on the wait list. It's so important that I get this information out there and into the hands of every woman who wants it. And then finally, trusting your body. The most powerful shift that happens when you choose this method is you stop micromanaging your body and you start trusting your internal wisdom. Your body isn't an equation to solve. It's not surplus and deficits. It's not macros and calories. It's a living, breathing part of you that just deserves health, respect, and deep listening. And if I can teach you how to do that in a 200-page book, then it's definitely worthwhile for you to pick it up. It's an easy read, so I want you guys to get it. Energetic eating helps you respect your body, nourish it with love, and live in alignment with your well-being. This is the true key to health and well-being, and to release weight naturally so that you can live boldly beyond dieting, past dieting narratives. Leave the old narratives that you've been taught behind, old childhood traumas and core memories. I teach you how to do this in the book. You get to leave them behind. How to listen to your body. I teach you this in the book, right? The different things that you get to shift so that you feel good and get the result that you want for a life that you deserve without hyper focusing on your body anymore. That's what it's about. And I know you guys are going to love it so much. So remember to get on the waiting list. At the end of the day, health isn't about numbers, control, or perfection. It is about trust, connection, and compassion. You don't have to you don't have to wait for the perfect time to start. You don't have to have the perfect plan to feel healthy. You can start today by making small choices rooted in compassion and trust. Now, for those of you who are tuning in and you'd like to share a little bit about your experience with me, you'd like to talk a little bit more about self-compassion and how it's the foundation for you making changes for your health, I do have a Zoom link for you to join me in my Zoom room if you'd like to. If not, that's no problem. I do turn off the recording for the Zoom room, so it's just a private session with me and our community and anybody who wants to drop in. I'll go ahead and put that in the comments here. So the Zoom room is going to be open in just a moment, and I want to thank you for tuning in today. Remind you to get on the wait list to pick up my book when it comes out, end of March, early April. I'm still trying to choose the book cover right now, and get excited about changing your life with the energetic eating method and to live boldly beyond dieting.